everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a quick little tutorial for you on how to change colors when making the moss stitch. So the moss stitch pattern is made using a 2-row repeat. So you're going to be alternating between row 2 and row 3. So I'm going to be just showing you how I like to change colors when making this stitch pattern. So first things first, the materials that I am using is, I have a 6.0 millimeter crochet hook here, and I am using a number 5 bulky weight yarn. So this is Hue Plus Me yarn, and I'm using it in the color Salt and in the color Desert. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our tutorial. So I've just finished working my row 6, which is a row 2 repeat on our stitch pattern. And so all I have left to do is just to make a single crochet. So what I like to do is when I change colors, because there's many different ways to do this, but I like to go ahead and make my single crochet but leave it unfinished. So I'll go ahead and insert my hook, wrap my yarn over my hook just to make that first part of my single crochet, and that's when I go ahead and grab my next color, which would be the color Salt in my pattern, and I like to just drape it over my hook so my tail end is on the right side and the yarn ball is on the left side, and then I just carefully pull it through to make that color change. And that's it. That's how I make a color change when making a stitch pattern. And so in order to make it look nice and seamless on the sides, you can do a couple different things. For this particular stitch pattern, I just like to cut my yarn and I just carefully work it in on the side so it looks nice, but you could also carry the yarn. So it just depends on what you like to do. So I'll go ahead and show you how I do it. So I'm just going to finish working my row 7 just so that this yarn is a bit more secure. So in the pattern, I would just chain 1. I'm just going to flip my work here, and I'm just going to make my single crochet and just finish off my row 7. And so I do have a tutorial for this stitch pattern. So I'll go ahead and link it in the description box if you want to see it. All right, I'm just about finished. Okay, and so I'm just going to turn over my work again, and so now I have something that looks like this. Okay, and so I'll go ahead and cut my yarn, and I'm just going to show you what I do, and I'm going to cut my yarn over here real quick. So I know it looks like a lot of tail ends, but I like doing it this way a bit better for this particular stitch pattern. So I take a look at my sides, and I know they have to be single crochets, and so I'm just going to flip it over. And for example, this first one right here, see how there's a single piece of yarn right there? I like to go ahead and just insert the yarn here to make it look like a single crochet. So what I would do is I would just put my yarn through my darning needle, and I just put it right above the stitch and pull it through carefully. And see how that looks way nicer? So I just do that for each one, and then I just carefully work it through the stitch, and then I would cut that yarn. And so here is my white yarn again. And so I just carefully go like this, pull it through so it looks nice, and then I go ahead and cut it. And then see how you can't even tell that that yarn was just there? So this would be the this is the front and the other side is the back. See how nice that looks? And then I would do the same with this piece over here. So see how I have one strand of yarn there? I would just take my yarn again and insert it right here to make it look like a single crochet. But yeah, that is how I make a color change when making the moss stitch. All right, everyone, I really hope you enjoyed this quick little tutorial on how to change colors when making the moss stitch, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!